Dude, happy Sunday night.
Thanksgiving.
I think Sunday night is probably the worst night of the whole week.
Not even like Monday morning, but like while the sun isn't out yet, so it's still technically night.
I feel like it's equally as depressing. But Sunday night's where it all begins.
Like Sunday night sounds like it should be such a relaxing time.
You would think so.
Yeah, because it's about to be, because Monday's right next, dog.
Sunday night is as close as you can get to the work week without actually being in the work week, and you just feel it all coming back to you.
You're just waiting for that inevitable shit.
That's not what we're here to talk about.
Well, what are we here to talk about?
Well, Nick, inspired by the groundbreaking Fantastic Beasts franchise and the new hit single coming out, Secrets of Dumbledore, we're here to talk about, you guessed it, Harry Potter.
Yo,
the Wizarding World.
No way, bro. No way.
Bro, yes fucking way.
Let me tell you something. That's what I've been waiting
something.
for. That's what I've been waiting for. Ever since we started this channel and the previous channel and the one before that, the one consistent 24/7 thought in my head has been, man, I really hope we do a podcast that in some way ties into Harry Potter.
Dude, Air 5. Because that's what we're doing
Yes.
right now.
Yes!
What better time to become a part of the Wizarding World than a Sunday night?
You know, and real talk, I did notice, they have the Wizarding World logo. It seems, it's like, what all are you guys doing besides just making these solo movies in order to...
They made a game, or they're making a game.
To earn the name Wizarding World. It's not like they did the Harry Potter movies and then they did Fantastic Beasts and they're doing like a
whole cinematic universe.
Yeah, they're not doing that. It's like, this is basically Harry Potter. Newt Scamander is the Harry Potter
knockoff
figure.
Harry Potter with less interesting characters and less interesting storylines.
Exactly, because Newt is Harry Potter, the weird kind of like outsider dude, and then the cop lady is Hermione because she's the female of the group, and then what's his name with the mustache?
Jacob.
He's Jacob, and he's Ron because he's the main character's friend.
Most likable character, he and Queenie, because they actually
more so than Dumbledore.
Oh,
got him.
Out of the new characters.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. Like he's funny.
He is funny, and like he's played. I like the actor who plays him. He's able to like maintain that kind of childish comedic tone without becoming grating.
Yeah, it's not cartoonish.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Queenie though, just because of how it ended. I gotta watch it again.
The second one, Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, because.
What do you mean? We just watched it.
I was basically half asleep, because it was.
Let me fill you in. So it ends. Queenie wants to marry Jacob, so she converts to whatever
Grindelwald was doing.
Grindelwald was preaching. That's it.
You know what? I do remember what happened. Yeah, I was still just like,
and the whole soap opera drama with Zoe Kravitz and the baby she did and did not kill being Ezra Miller. And he's the Dumbledore secret heir or some shit.
I felt bad for him, man, because he went through 2 whole like origin stories in the one movie. Like, oh, this is where my mom lives. No, she died. She's not here anymore. Okay, well, Zoe Kravitz and this dude say I'm their brother. No, you're someone else's baby because I switched my baby brother at birth or whatever. And it was just like, this man don't know who he is. And then it's like, you're Dumbledore's brother. I don't know, man. I feel like, and obviously these movies were made and came out after the Harry Potter movies. It's like, that didn't, would that not have come up? Because, I guess maybe not. Because they didn't know about Aberforth in the last movie. He's like, you're
Aberforth? That's
his name. He's like, you're Dumbledore's brother. And like, nobody knew about him. And then like, so I guess it stands to reason no one would know who Ezra Miller's character is in this movie. Especially decades in the future.
And so,
he's gonna die.
Honestly,
he's gonna die.
Oh, for sure.
I'm telling you, bro.
And they're
also
gonna
it's like-
act like it's some huge surprise that
Or-
no
or
one
like-
saw coming.
Or like just really emotional. Like he was like just a misguided kid. It's like, nah,
It's gonna
man.
be like in X-Men Dark Phoenix when that one
funky's
security
right.
officer died and
Who?
the
No, yeah.
and
that
the-
was garbage.
The blue guy just
Nightcrawler, dog.
freaked out.
That was dumb because he was like, man, my kid used to look up to you. It's like, okay, who are you? Everybody's kid looks up to me. I'm fucking Nightcrawler, man. I'm in the X-Men. And then he dies, and then this like pacifist character just murders everybody with a smile on his face. He smiled at the last person he murdered. And it's like, this security guard came in out of nowhere and then left, all in the same scene, mind you. Man.
So, okay, in lieu of that, basically we're 4 years into this conversation you and I have been having ever since Crimes of Grindelwald came out. We're kind of under the assumption that J.K. Rowling doesn't really understand why people fucked with Harry Potter so hard, or like just able to make a compelling story.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everything after the 7th book has just been kind of weird. All the details she keeps adding.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, like Hermione was black and
When
with the
she
buck teeth and stuff.
was
It's like,
not.
Yeah, and I in order to prepare for this video, I did listen to some of the audiobooks for Harry Potter, and Hermione's described as white, y'all.
How many did you listen to?
So far, I'm in the middle of the 5th one.
Okay, that's a long one.
I'm not in the middle of it, but I'm like approaching the middle of it.
Okay. And it's weird because the Harry Potter story is so well crafted, at least in my opinion. It's so well crafted, and there's so many like valleys you can get lost into, like searching for answers that are there or at least hinted at. And it's just so well done, and there's so many different characters. But it seems like she doesn't want to utilize any of them.
Yeah, she's really just kind of focusing on the main story, but it's like, you know, with
But it's so uninteresting.
yeah, like Dumbledore, I could see them making a franchise literally out of Dumbledore, because I
Yes.
remember in some of the books they hinted that he was on some shady stuff in the past, and he had like a sister that died, and that's like why he and his brother like didn't talk about, because the brother like blamed him for it. He's like, I was like searching for power, and then that does kind of tie into the whole like Grindelwald thing, because Grindelwald was there for a lot of it. And they were like searching for power together. I mean, shoot, even do like a Grindelwald movie. Like that could be like an interesting, almost psychological kind of thriller. Like, why is this dude so just like enamored with like having this kind of power and for that long?
Right.
You feel me?
And I mentioned this when we were watching it the other night. Like, how did this dude grow up
Yeah.
to become like this
How did he get like this?
power-hungry sociopath?
Yeah.
Is like a human.
Yes.
You know?
Like,
Inhuman.
let's focus on that. And no disrespect to the new Scamander character or Eddie Redmayne who plays him, but like, I'm not even saying like they should not have made a Fantastic Beasts movie. I'm saying they should not have made it and made it the main thing.
They should not have
Like,
made
it could-
Fantastic Beasts try to emulate the Harry Potter storyline.
Yeah, just have like an hour and a half movie, like, oh, this is
fun-
this is that guy Newt Scamander, and
Right.
he likes to, you know, travel and
Such a
and
whimsical
get
character.
the animals.
He's like exploring all these different biomes in the wizarding world with
Yeah.
all of the different fantastic creatures.
Yeah, just do that. Just have it be a short little, you know, you had even mentioned like an Indiana Jones type adventure
Yeah, where
movie.
he's like hopping around like the whole world, and we're seeing all these other sides of the magical world that we have not seen in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I feel-
don't make him get hired by Dumbledore like, you have to fight Grindelwald. Bro, the
like-
main villain of the series? You're putting that on me? You're Dumbledore, bro. You feel me? Like, everybody's like, oh, Dumbledore this, Dumbledore that. Dumbledore's like the greatest wizard to ever live. He's like, I need Newt Scamander. He must be part of my team. Jeez, Dumbledore, I don't know about that, man.
Like, I trust you on most things,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to explain this one to me thoroughly because I just don't see it.
Yeah, like, why? Get Snape or someone. Shit, I don't know.
Snape when he's like 1 year old.
Well, yeah, when did it take place? Like 27?
It was 27, so I don't think
Snape wasn't born in the
yeah.
1920s, man, because I know the wizards be living long as shit. Like, Dumbledore was like 150 by the time Harry Potter came out.
Okay.
Yeah, he was old, man.
I wonder if he like drinks potions or something.
I just assumed it was a wizard thing, because they mentioned it so nonchalantly.
Well, it must be normal because you got Nicholas Flamel living forever with his stone. He's an alchemist, so I think it's just not every wizard will live to be like 100 and whatever, but it's
there's the
common.
means to do so.
Yeah, if you want to, you're able to, I think.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's what's up. So you mentioned it already, and I think it would be, off the top of my head, it was the easiest venue to go down. Like, and it could be so compelling, and it's so mind-boggling how this didn't end up happening. Why didn't she make a Dumbledore saga?
Yeah.
Because he's such a complex character, or at least it's hinted at, because of like all the secrets. Evidently he has secrets, because the next movie is named Secrets of Dumbledore. So like, why not just do a whole either trilogy or a saga doing his come up? Like, and there's all these like political powers of him, like, you know, as the headmaster of Hogwarts in the later, in the later of his life, like all these different wizards like coming at him.
Because even in the books, you know, they say the Minister of Magic, he's scared of Dumbledore because he thinks Dumbledore's trying to like take his power and stuff. And Dumbledore's like, I'm just trying to run my school, and y'all keep fucking with me.
But I can understand why the Minister might think that, because it's hinted that Dumbledore did some shit when he was younger.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but like the way that this minister is kind of portrayed, it's like, nah, you just like a crappy politician, basically. his name is Fudge. You know what I mean?
Cornelius
Fudge.
Fudge.
Cornelius Fudge. He's not supposed to be like taking that seriously, I think. And I don't know if that was like commentary on J.K. Rowling's part, but yeah, if Dumbledore did do like that shady shit, like it would. Yeah, like, I could see like the minister like, oh man, like I don't know, because it's like I know you had some ties with Grindelwald way back in the day, and I heard about what happened to your sister, man, and you know I know a little bit about you. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
and they can even keep this whole Ezra Miller brother thing
running. That could be cool. Like, you know what would be cool if at some point in, like, you know, after the whole Fantastic Beasts thing, like closer to when Harry Potter took place, it's one of the things that Harry maybe hears about Dumbledore from somebody like, you know, he killed his brother, right? You know, he killed Ezra Miller, right? It's like, oh, that's like weird. But then when we watch the movies, we get context for it. Like he was like some weird like magic demon, and Dumbledore like had to kill him because otherwise the power would have just gotten like too big and too chaotic.
Dude.
But no one ever talks about that. They're just like, oh, this dude is shady. It's like, no, y'all don't understand why I did that though.
Man, you know what would be interesting? What would be like really interesting? So I feel like the way to do this, because I really liked the Harry Potter movies. I think those are solid interpretations of the book. The two Fantastic Beasts movies that have come out, to my knowledge, if I remember correctly, and I did check this recently, was the sole screenwriter was J.K. Rowling. And I don't believe she made any of the screenplays for the Harry Potter movies. So she wasn't, from my knowledge, versed with writing for movies. She wrote books.
Yeah.
So I feel like, but I still like a lot of her ideas. I think the
initial ideas.
I think they just need to be interpreted through someone else to get to that standard we've come to expect from the Harry Potter story. So I feel like have her write out, not a screenplay, just write out
like an outline
the story,
or a treatment or something like
something,
that. Yeah.
And have it go through an actual screenwriter, make the story, us.
Yup. Yup.
That's what this podcast is about.
J.K. Rowling, hit us up. We out here.
We'll make the. What do you think? I kind of think trilogy.
Specifically for Dumbledore?
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be dragged out. Maybe
it doesn't need to be like a 5-8 movie saga.
No, it really doesn't.
Especially just for the one guy. I think, like trilogy and, 2.5, 3 hour movies.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just tend to do that nowadays with the Harry Potter movies, at least.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
But yeah,
I think you can cover his, come up, his, I guess his peak years, but it seems like he's always at the peak after a certain time point. Maybe the second movie is when he's the most power hungry, and that would be his turning point of becoming this selfish, power hungry wizard, and leading into the third movie, the more altruistic, more
he's more
evil,
wise now. When I was chasing power, I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to be doing.
He found his true purpose, and he's becoming the headmaster at Hogwarts.
And you could have the reason for that being that his sister died, because I know I haven't finished all the books yet, but his sister died because of the fact that he was so power hungry, and I think it was a fight or something like that broke out, and she kind of got killed indirectly, and that's why his brother Aberforth doesn't really fuck with him anymore, because you got her sister killed because you were trying to just do the most. But yeah. First movie is maybe he's graduated from Hogwarts, and
did he go to Hogwarts?
Maybe. I feel like
that's something we could learn.
Yeah. We could, whatever school, he's finished his wizarding school, and he's just kind of, I'm just taking some time and just doing whatever, traveling the world, and then he meets Grindelwald, and he has philosophies, and Grindelwald has philosophies, and Grindelwald kind of catches on to that. He's I could probably use this guy to further my own goals, but Dumbledore is just yo, this Grindelwald dude sure is cool. So he kind of just gets wrapped up in it. And Grindelwald's yeah, man, let's go kill some regular non-magical humans, right? Let's take over everybody. And Dumbledore's okay, sure, I guess, a little weird. And then, the second movie's yeah, let's take over the world. Oh, I don't know Grindelwald. I don't totally vibe with that. And then the sister dies, and then, the third one is it's 20 years later, and he's the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and he's doing that.
And one thing I would like for these movies to have would be a different feel than the Harry Potter movies, or even the Fantastic Beasts movies. And what I mean by that is no more David Yates. I think his time has come and passed. Nothing against him, but I think we need some new voices in this wizarding world on the big screen.
But Jake, if not David Yates, then who?
I forgot his name, but it's the dude who made The Green Knight.
But Jake, his name was David Lowery.
David Lowery. I think he would be a really interesting fit, because we've seen how he handles a fantastical setting, and I think he can really hone in on the realism, but also just the surrealism that comes with the wizarding world. But more than anything, I feel these Dumbledore movies should really sell the time period, being in the 1800s, because I feel that's just another thing that should be explored. How was the wizarding world in the 1800s, and maybe how did Dumbledore's upbringing affect the wizarding world leading into Harry Potter?
Oh yeah.
That's how. I think that would be a really cool choice. Do you have anyone in mind?
To direct a Dumbledore trilogy.
Yeah.
Man, Chris Columbus. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Nah, you gotta be serious.
Hell yeah, man.
No.
Serious, bro?
Not now. Not in 2022.
Seriously, dude? On some real shit, man.
After the fucking Sea of Monsters, dude.
But that wasn't Harry Potter, though, man. You bring Chris Columbus back to the franchise, and everything is gonna be right as rain. Let me, real talk, though.
Okay.
Real talk.
Okay, real talk.
Real talk.
Okay, real talk.
Man.
Yeah.
Shit, I fucking forgot what his name was.
Alfonso Cuarón. I don't know how to say his last name.
Man, Chris Nolan. Zack Snyder.
Come on. Give me something to latch on to.
J.J. Abrams. No, for a Dumbledore movie, I got no idea. Like, you know who I would, if they were gonna make a movie about, like when Sirius and James and Peter and
Dinklage.
Peter and there was like a fourth one.
Yeah.
Who was the fourth one?
I don't know.
And Lupin.
Okay.
Like when they were all in school, I would get Guy Ritchie to direct that one, and it's them kind of like coming up. They're making like the Marauders map, and we're seeing like all the hoodwinks and shenanigans that they're getting into.
Hoodwinks.
You feel me? Guy Ritchie would be perfect for that, and that could even just be like a movie, and then like, oh, if it does well, you know, we make a sequel. Like it does. I don't feel like that doesn't need to be necessarily like, oh, this needs to be like a grand epic Lord of the Rings style trilogy. It could just be like, we made this movie, it was for fun.
They should get more comfortable with doing like one-off movies.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, that Guy Ritchie would be amazing because he could handle that humor.
Mm-hmm. It would be humor, but it would be like kind of serious and gritty when it needs to be. You feel me? Like it wouldn't feel like too funny, like in a way that's not really realistic in terms of like how these characters are.
Right.
Just
I feel like they would be having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be fun, but it's not like, you know, like nowadays it seems like they force humor in the movies. With Guy Ritchie and these characters, he wouldn't do that.
No.
If something funny happens, it would be like, okay, you know, yeah, it was funny.
I guess like kind of in the Harry Potter movies. Goblet of Fire specifically. There's some really funny stuff in that movie.
Like what? I believe you, but I don't remember.
Dude, you remember when they're at the ball and I don't remember what was happening, but Hermione's like, "Come on, Harry," and he's so scared by her. He's like so taken aback. He just
like stopped, like he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
She's like, go to bed, both of me. He's like, and then he went to bed. Like I'd be like, who are you talking to, Hermione?
Like, that's so funny, but that was natural, you know?
Yeah. It wasn't even supposed to be funny because she was like...
She was angry.
She was mad, and it was like a really sad, emotional scene. But it was just like, when you think about it, like, why did he just like do that? You feel me?
Harry was so scared. It was so great.
One of my friends told me to go to sleep. Like, bro, we've got to throw hands now, man. I can't fuck with you no more.
All right. So since you can't think of anyone for the Dumbledore trilogy, we'll just stick with David Lowery for now.
David Lowery would be cool.
Who would you cast as Kid Dumbledore?
Like how young are we talking for? Like what age is he?
Like 11.
Get a no name.
Okay.
I would get a no name. You feel me?
Still stick with Jude Law by the third one.
Shit, yeah. Who else could play Dumbledore? Like, you know what?
Who else could play Dumbledore?
Let's act like we're just doing this from the ground up. So like Jude Law.
Okay.
We're not gonna cast Jude Law. Like,
dang.
You feel me?
All right.
By the third one.
Motherfucking Hardy.
I could see.
No. Okay.
If they were gonna, I think I could maybe see him as like Lupin or something. If they did like a reboot or a remake of it.
Lupin. Okay.
Or as like one of the Death Eaters, maybe.
It's a Dementor.
Shoot.
Dang.
Ewan McGregor.
Damn. It's not bad.
Yeah, you feel me?
It's not bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know, it'd be really weird but interesting if they cast Daniel Radcliffe now as Dumbledore.
That'd be so bizarre.
Not as kid Dumbledore or anything, but
as 11-year-old Dumbledore.
No, like as 35-year-old Dumbledore.
I don't know. I don't see it. It's weird because like I remember I think that Chris Columbus was saying if they were gonna, because they did that Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and it was like after everybody grew up. He was saying if he was gonna make that movie, he would just cast the original actors because they're the same age. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I can see that, but something about Daniel Radcliffe, like I don't see him as like I'm a older man Harry Potter, I'm a father kind of character. It's just weird, you know. Yeah, for Dumbledore though.
That's a hard one. especially because I'm not entirely sure of the age range. Because kid, I agree, no name. Because 11.
Yeah.
There are not many 11-year-old superstars that, off the top of my head, unless you go on TikTok. Let's get the biggest TikTokers and cast them in our Dumbledore movie.
Who's on TikTok?
I don't know. That one dude who's like
Jaden Smith as young Dumbledore.
As,
and then you can get Will Smith as the Dumbledore for the third movie. And then you could get Trey Smith for Dumbledore in the second movie. Oh, yes.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Has Will Smith ever done an English accent?
Well, he's Will Smith, so he'd be able to pull it off.
No offense against Jaden Smith. I don't know if he could pull off an English accent.
But dude, he's so cool. Didn't you see After Earth?
Yeah.
And that didn't just scream Dumbledore to you? Man, shit. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know who to cast. Maybe we should skip on to another movie idea then.
Okay.
Because you mentioned about the whole Marauders map.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. So this is what you could do to really earn the name Wizarding World. You're doing the fantastic. Right. You got the Harry Potter saga. You can do like a Fantastic Beasts movie, and then that could just be like its own little fun thing. And then if people like it enough, they could do a sequel, and then they could just and then you could, like you mentioned, just do a whole an Indiana Jones type of thing. You could do a Dumbledore trilogy. You could do a Marauders map, like origin story or something like that. You could do a movie about when Hogwarts was actually being created, and you have like
the creation of the houses.
Yeah, you have the heads of the houses like meeting, and then they're like, we have to like form a school, and then it could be like, oh man, like this is like why the houses I don't always like fuck with each other, especially
Slytherin and Gryffindor.
Slytherin and Gryffindor.
Right.
You could go into that. You could do like an actual Voldemort origin story. Like you see when he's a kid and you see why he kind of got to be that way. Even a Grindelwald one, like you just mentioned.
It would even be interesting to see like a Weasley exploration, because the Weasleys are crazy.
The Weasleys are slept on so much, because in one of the books they mentioned that Ron had like two uncles and they were part of the Order of the Phoenix, and it took like 5 Death Eaters just to kill him. Like, man, holy macaroni and cheese.
Dude,
that would be like that would be insane. You could do a movie about the guys that made the Deathly Hallows.
Ooh, that would be cool. I feel like
that would be dope. And you could, because like
how would you do that? Would you try and fit that into one movie, or would you have that be like a trilogy of like a character exploration on each one?
You know what you could do is do like a Netflix style like show, or just like a limited series. So that way you could really flesh everything out.
Yeah. Man. HBO Max show, miniseries.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
What else could you do?
Because we looked into it like randomly when we watched Order of the Phoenix, and we saw Sirius Black go through that archway, and it never explained what that archway was when he died.
Yeah.
And it came up with, we went down like a rabbit hole of, it was the thing one of the 3 brothers used to get his dead wife back, and he used the Sorcerer's Stone to like return not the Sorcerer's Stone. He used
the Resurrection Stone.
The Resurrection Stone to like, return to life with his dead wife. And then it was like, what? Okay. What about the other 2? The invisibility cloak. And this was a theory, I believe. I don't think this was like...
It was a theory.
It was a theory. When he used the invisibility cloak, he saw how... No, it was when he used the thing to look at memories, and he saw how no one saw him there, and he saw use in that, so he made the invisibility cloak. What's that thing called? Do you remember?
I think it was called a pensive.
Pensive.
Is that how the invisibility cloak was made?
I think that was how he came up with the idea of the invisibility cloak.
Okay. Yeah, because And obviously it's just a story, but it was like I thought like Death like took part of his like shirt off and was like here.
His shirt. His
I mean, part of the fit.
Right.
He took a little like, hey man, here's a little bit of swag, player. Yeah, it's invisible.
Put a little bit of the wife beater off.
Yeah. He had the do-rag on. He's like, man, you here again, bro? What else do you need, man? I gave you one. I gave you a stone so you could talk to the family members that passed away. What else you want? He's like, yo, just listen, man. Just cut off a little corner of that shirt. Let me borrow it for a few days. What? And that's how the Deathly Hallows were created. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Uncle Harry Potter. That doesn't really add up. That doesn't make sense to me. You could do a Quidditch movie and have it legit just be like one of those like sports movies, but as it exists in Harry Potter. And it could be like a modern thing. You could make it a cartoon, and then it's like, yo, this Wizarding World like really just goes out there. You got the movie, all these trilogies. You got this mini series. You got like cartoons that are still technically canon, because it's not like Harry Potter is one of those franchises where it's like, you know, we made this movie, but then someone else made this movie, but it was kind of a reboot, so the actors would be different. You know what I mean? It's not like the DC or the Marvel movies where they've been all like rebooted and stuff like that. This would just be, there's all these movies and there's all these other connecting TV shows and miniseries or even short films as well that just connect with it. And it's all canon because there's really no reason why it shouldn't be.
There's so many opportunities because it's not limited by itself. Or at least, you know, not really.
Yeah. like do a movie where it's like, okay, like an epilogue movie. Like what were they doing after they all... You know, after the Battle of Hogwarts, like what was Harry Potter and Ron and Hermione doing, you know, after they dropped their kids off at the train or whatever? What happened to the Death Eaters?
You see, I'm least...
a Mad-Eye Moody movie, bro.
Ooh, tell like me a bounty hunter movie?
Yes.
That could be cool.
Shit, Guy Ritchie could direct that one too.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie. I love Guy Ritchie.
That would be dope.
Man, that would be interesting. Mad-Eye Moody. See how he got his eye.
Dude, a Guy Ritchie directed movie about like Sirius Black when he was breaking out of prison, when he was breaking out of Azkaban. Man, J.K. Rowling, we out here. Warner Brothers, we out here. What are y'all waiting on?
I wonder if J.K. Rowling is the reason, I haven't done any research into this, if she's the reason why they haven't expanded the stories like that yet.
Maybe, but it just seems so weird because it should be, especially if you're gonna put the whole Wizarding World label on it.
Right.
It should be more stories than just Dumbledore gets a young person to fight somebody. Or you could just make up like a new story that's not even tied in really with anything.
I would say it would be interesting if we see what the magic community looks like in a place other than America or England.
Oh yeah.
I think that could be really interesting. Maybe like a China or Japan magic society or Mexico. I think that could be really interesting.
Literally anywhere.
Literally anywhere else. And just seeing like maybe the culture impacts it, because we kind of saw a glimpse of that in the Goblet of Fire when those other schools came. One of them was like sea-based, one had like those horses, and they were all the Girl Academy, France, I think?
They were French, yeah.
They were French. The dudes were what, Scottish, Irish or something?
Which guys? Which one?
In the boat.
I think that's where Crumb came from. Yeah,
Russia?
I want to say like, I mean, shit, probably close to Russia.
Probably.
Definitely seemed, is Russia Eastern European? I
Maybe.
don't want to say Serbian.
Serbian.
Like, cause like, man, yeah, it would be really cool to see like the other cultures and stuff like that.
Yeah, see how the culture impacts the magic and vice versa.
Yeah, this is one thing. I don't think necessarily they should do this, but it always is kind of like in my head, like because of how kind of it seems like how frozen in time Hogwarts seems.
Right.
Like they don't write with notebooks; they write with the scrolls and the parchment. But you know, they're all dressed like the old school like witches and stuff. So what? let's say like they made a movie that took place in the year like fucking 4085.
In
like,
the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like way in the future. Like how would that look, like especially with like wizards and stuff like that?
That would be weird. Like that's so far ahead.
Yeah.
It's almost like inconceivable.
Yeah. That's something I would like to see.
Huh, okay.
Who could direct?
I wonder if magic at that point, 2,000 years in the future, would be more intertwined with technology.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be like, oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. And like new spells to like integrate with actual digital shit.
Yeah, and then how would that impact everybody? Like would wizards still have to be, like wizards and witches still have to be in hiding?
Right.
You feel me? Like would it be like on the UN, some of the people there are like, we represent this magical community and you know, all of that kind of stuff. Or shit, maybe, because didn't like Neville get with Luna Lovegood or something like that? You could do like a little, you know, again, like 80 to 90 minute romantic comedy movie about those two.
I thought he got with someone else.
Who did he get with?
I thought it was like some rando.
Must have been.
Yeah, because I thought they were setting it up for him and Luna. But I swear I remember thinking like he went with someone else.
Because he got with Jenny at the end. That's what that was.
Neville?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And maybe Harry got with Luna.
No, Harry got with Cho.
Nah, Cho died. Like, really brutally.
She died after they got together, though. Because one of the Death Eaters was like, this is revenge for Voldemort. And then he just killed her.
He just stabbed her with
Yeah,
a knife.
with his gun. And then Harry Potter was like, bloody hell, Ron, I need to hunt down the man who killed my wife.
That's what made him want to fight evil.
Yeah, and the mother of my children. He's like, oh, bloody hell, Harry.
Of my children.
Bloody hell, Harry. I don't think we're caught out for this, we is.
Ron's the president of America. Hermione's the minister of magic in Beijing.
That would be an insane, like, power couple. Like, Ron runs the magical community in all of America. Hermione runs the magical community in basically everything we've seen so far, Harry Potter. And Harry Potter's just this, like, badass, grizzled, like, man without a country bounty hunter.
But
It's like, I've got to find the man who killed my wife. He had 10 kids, but he never sees them.
He's like, my parents abandoned me, and I am stronger for it.
And this person having to like, bro, what the fuck? This is not what we died for. And you know what? Apparently in the books, when Harry's parents died, they were 21.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Are you serious?
I swear, dude. Because I remember
That's really young.
Because I remember thinking like, what?
21?
'Cause I'm like, okay, then Snape would have to be like in his 30s. Right? Like,
I mean, they're the same age. They're in the same class year.
And then you watch the movie, it's like, yo, they're not 21. Unless like they just had been through some shit.
Where did you hear they were 21?
It was either in the audiobook or some like Harry Potter, oh yeah, like they're 21 in the books but not the movie. It's like, golly. And I'm not gonna re-listen to the books.
Why? They're so good.
Because I'm not even like finished with them. Like I'm definitely gonna
Never say never, dude.
I'll say I probably maybe won't.
Okay. I believe you.
And also I'm just not going to.
Hey, never say you're just not going to. You know what they say about that phrase? Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Shit, I guess you're not wrong. But no, yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of stuff you can do with Harry Potter.
There's so much opportunity, and it really seems like they're putting all their eggs in the Fantastic Beasts basket for whatever fucking reason.
First off, Fantastic Beasts. I feel like it never should have really been like this.
It shouldn't. For the life of me, I don't understand what sort of business meeting concocted Newt Scamander as this multi-movie saga driver.
Yeah, because even when it was announced, it was like, so he just finds like magic animals. Okay, and then
what about the magic fights? It's like, I guess he does that too.
No, just have him do the fucking animals thing. Like it was when he was like back at his house and it was like he had the like endless room of just animals and all their habitats and shit. That was cool. That was really, really cool.
I feel like that should have been at the beginning of the first movie.
That should have been the whole first movie.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to fight Grindelwald, Dumbledore. He's like, it has to be you. It can't be me. It's like, yo.
I'm just a zookeeper.
Yeah, for real. Like, bro, get like anyone else.
Anybody else.
Get motherfucking, what's her name? McGonagall. Shit. McGonagall seems like she was probably on some badass type shit back in the day, man.
I mean, yeah, then there's that whole thing, like, the timelines don't even match up. McGonagall shouldn't even be there.
She was a teacher at Hogwarts, but before she was born in the books.
Right.
Shit, get fucking Mad-Eye Moody.
Okay. Well, was he alive?
In the 20s? I mean, shit, maybe. Who knows? Nobody knows, bro. Nobody knows how old anybody is except for Dumbledore. We know that he was at, like, almost 200 years old.
Okay.
But it's like, bro, like, you telling me, like, because I know they have, like, the magic, like, cops and bounty hunters. You telling me there was nobody else that you knew there, Dumbledore? Like, no, I have to, guys, you don't understand. I have to get the zoologist. He's the only one that can help me. Not even, and you had brought this up a while ago, Newt Scamander's brother was a fucking cop. Yeah. Why did he get him?
I don't... Maybe there's some grand plan. It doesn't seem like it right now.
Well, okay, but also that's a good point because Dumbledore stays doing the whole grand plan thing. Like he affected Harry's life since basically like as soon as he came out the womb. Like no, he can't grow up with these people. He has to grow up with the Dursleys because otherwise this is what his personality is going to be like. There was that theory that he just let Sirius Black get thrown in jail, even though he knew that he was innocent the whole time.
I mean, shit, what could he do?
Yeah, low-key. Like, no, Sirius Black didn't kill these guys. How you know? He's like, you know what? I can't talk about this right now. But no, yeah, like Dumbledore was just always on some shady shit, low-key.
Which I think is why that would be the most compelling and easiest story to do.
And show like maybe he has to either at first he's struggling with it, but like the more he does it, the more he recognizes like this is for the greater good, and like it kind of like helps him sleep at night or something like that.
Sure.
It seems like he has no remorse, but he doesn't take these decisions lightly. You feel me? Because even Snape had called him out, like, bro, you basically kept him alive like this whole time just so he could die at this moment. And I remember when we watched the fourth movie, he's like, Dumbledore, when I was in the graveyard, he's like, you saw your parents that night, didn't you? And then he told him like, hey, like, leave that alone. Even in the first movie, like, leave this mirror alone because I know you seeing your parents. And then he's like, I know you saw your parents at the gravesite. And he told Harry, like, listen, man, chill out with that. Just keep on living. I think he said that so that Harry wouldn't try to, like, die or visit his parents again because he knew Harry had to get killed by Voldemort. And since Voldemort, like, wasn't really, really back yet at that time, not in the same capacity that he was in the final movie, he's like, like, you gotta, we need to, like, hey, keep living, bro. Just be happy. And then
just
when the time
longer.
comes, just give it like 4 more years. Yeah. Okay, that seems like a weird number, Dumbledore.
Bro, we're over halfway through the 8 movies. We're almost there.
Honestly, and okay, I feel like I don't remember if she did or not, but I feel like I would have had like if I was gonna do the Harry Potter movies myself, I'd have it where Hermione, in like year 2 or 3 or something like that, picks up on the fact that Harry Potter is a Horcrux. I think I mispronounced that, but you know.
Horcrux?
A Horcrux, yeah.
I think that's how you say it.
Probably.
Yeah, because she picked up at some point in the 7th movie?
Yeah, I would have had it where like she knew for years, damn near the whole time. Especially since, because in the books, like she knows everything about everything wizarding wise. Like somebody would be like, oh man, like I wish we could do this. And she's like, didn't you read, history of Hogwarts? Every book she says that. She's like one of these days you're gonna have to read the book. Like who the fuck is gonna read history of Hogwarts, man? It's not even on the syllabi.
I mean, shit, it helps them out, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You would think after the first 4 years they would start reading.
Yeah, man, Harry is lazy as shit in the books, man. Because, like, honestly, there was a point in the 5th one, Hermione was like, I'm not going to help you guys out with your homework anymore. And Ron and Harry were like, oh, what are we going to do? He's like, I guess we just got to have to study. Ron's like, man, quit with the bullshit.
That's great.
You feel me?
I want more characterization like that in the movies. Because that was kind of lost in translation. Yeah,
like, Harry Potter was just kind of weird. Not the franchise, just the character a little bit.
In the movies?
Yeah, because at least for me, like when you look back and it's the scenes where Ron and Hermione are just going at each other's throats.
Right.
And he's in the back just smiling like, I love my friends. Like, bro.
He's kind of a blank slate.
Yeah, he never picks a side. Like, if Ron does something wrong, it's just like Hermione gets on Ron's case. Like, if Hermione was never really like doing shit wrong. She was like maybe annoying because it's like, oh, you're so like studious and like you're trying to make us do our homework. Nagging, yeah, right. But like Harry is just always kind of just standing there in the back.
Just static.
Dude, and what else happened? Something happened. Oh yeah, in the first movie. You remember in the first movie, they all pretty much became friends almost right away?
Harry and Ron?
Harry and Ron and Hermione?
Well, no, in the movie it took till after the troll fight.
Really? I need to rewatch it. In the book, like, you definitely notice it. Because Ron and Harry were kind of just, I don't fuck with that lady.
Yeah, no.
I don't fuck with her at all. I was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And then, like, chapters into it, they were like, okay, she is our friend.
Yeah, no, there's like that whole thing where Harry and Ron are like gossiping, and Ron's like, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Who does she think she is? And like Hermione is there in the background and she kind of like storms off in front of them. And they're like, good going, Ron.
Can you imagine Hermione was actually walking with them the whole time and they knew that she was there at the beginning and they just forgot and Ron was like, damn, I'm gonna complain about Hermione real quick.
What's she gonna do?
Yeah, she's not even here. And Harry's like, oh yeah, get her, Ron.
No, yeah, I remember it was like not as played up in the movies how annoying she was.
It is in the books, man. Yeah. Like, cause even I'm like, bro, Hermione,
chill out.
Shut the fuck up real quick. He's like, go back to class, baby. Go back to class. You're getting on my nerves now. Get out of here.
But yeah, good. That's our take on Harry Potter. Where the movies can go. I'm starting to like dislike the term cinematic universe because it's often like used for cringe shit.
Yeah,
like, things that don't need to be universes. But
shit, do a movie on the house elves, bro. Like, what was Dobby? Oh no, Dobby was dying.
Yeah, maybe not the house elves thing, but like
that would be mad depressing, man.
Dude, after the seventh book, there's just
shit.
What?
A movie about, and you had mentioned this, the Weasleys, do a movie about Ron's brother, because wasn't he a werewolf and he was like chasing dragons and shit?
Percy?
Oh my god.
Was that Percy?
No, Percy was the dude that was like, I'm the head boy, I'm the prefect.
What's his brother that was the cool one?
I want to say Bill.
Bill, okay.
I'm dead ass, man, because he's also in the books a lot more. Like, he's in the fourth one a lot, and he's a little bit in the fifth one too.
Okay.
I think in the movies he doesn't come in until the last two.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him until the part one of Deathly Hallows.
I think that's when. I think that was his first time being seen in the movies.
Damn. That's another missed opportunity. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, just do a one-off. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Shit, do a Hagrid movie, yeah.
Do a Hagrid movie with the trolls, with the giants. Yeah, that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's so much opportunity there that for who knows what reason, maybe it's some business reasons, some agreements, some rights, they're not doing.
You know what it could be? Like, maybe just kind of redoing the whole Harry Potter thing. That might just be financially a safe bet. People are familiar with it. Like, kinda. Because what they're doing with Fantastic Beasts is kind of what they were doing with Harry Potter. And we had talked about that a little bit before, but it's like, this just seems safe. This is something people recognize and they enjoyed it in the past. Right. So let's do it again, but just wrap it up a little bit differently. If we start doing anything kind of outside of that might be too much of a financial risk and we could lose a whole lot of money from that. So let's just play it safe for right now. And, you know, they have all those theme park rides out there, and that could be part of the Wizarding World.
You know what's kind of hilarious? You're right, and this is drawing huge parallels to what they did with the new Star Wars trilogy, where they just did the same thing using things people recognize because it was the safe bet. And on the second movie of that trilogy is when it all fell apart. And here we are after Crimes of Grindelwald. It's been like a 4-year break, which is not the plan. And I think they hired on a new writer to help make the Secrets of Dumbledore movie.
I'm
pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they did. Now it's J.K. Rowling and like Steve Kloves or something. So maybe this 4-year gap really helped them figure out what was going wrong. I hope so, at least.
I hope so, but I'm feeling a little pessimistic about it as well.
Because we don't really have any reason to be optimistic right now.
So I've seen too much.
So yeah, who knows where it's going? It has so much potential, but the direction it's going is not convincing at the moment.
Yeah. But who knows?
Who knows?
You know what they say, never say never.
Exactly. So,
but that has been HeadCanon.
Episode 3. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give us a follow. We're on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok even, Dawning Vision.
Yep.
And that has been episode 3. Thank you for listening.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
More to come.
More to come next time, next week.
Yeah. And cut. That's a wrap. And now we're done.